If you grew up anytime between the 90s through the 2010s and had a sense of humor, you are probably familiar with SpongeBob. Created by Stephen Hillenburg in 1999, SpongeBob SquarePants debuted on Nickelodeon, and thanks to its witty humor and endearing characters, it quickly became the crown jewel of the channel. But if you clicked on this video, it's safe to assume that you don't need a history lesson, so let's just get into the actual topic at hand. It has become a common sentiment among some parents that the reason that they don't let their kids watch SpongeBob is because of how stupid it is. And there's no shortage of stupid SpongeBob content, especially post the first movie. But to write off SpongeBob, the show, and character as stupid and childish is to discount the heart of the show. The world of Bikini Bottom is an absurdist one. Nothing makes sense. The town is always getting into these weird situations that never seem to carry over into the next episode. The only character on the show who seems to realize how absurd everything is Squidward, the direct foil of SpongeBob. SpongeBob revels in the chaos of the world he lives in, because if nothing makes sense, then he might as well enjoy it. Squidward directly tries to challenge the invisible forces that control the universe, but yet he can only find happiness when he takes on SpongeBob's worldview. One of the worst mischaracterizations of SpongeBob is that he's a stupid kid. SpongeBob lives on his own, has a house, and has the potential ability to drive. He works, and he has goals and aspirations of his own. SpongeBob isn't necessarily an idiot, he's an optimist. In the episode Fun, SpongeBob knows Plankton is probably evil, but he believes to see the best in him anyway. He constantly puts his well-being and self on the line over and over again if it means he can just help the people around him. He angers Sandy in Texas to prevent her from leaving and to surprise her. He bails Mr. Krabs out of several sticky situations, helps Patrick achieve something in Big Pink Loser, no matter how bad at everything Patrick is. SpongeBob knows how the world works. He gets upset and angry. He has goals and is self-sufficient. He just sees the world for how it could be instead of the way that it is. Does SpongeBob have funny jokes and stupid moments? Yes, but there is more to it than that. There are so many episodes in this show that teaches things or leaves you with warm and fuzzy feelings inside. SpongeBob teaches about fun and
imagination
in the face of the mundane and idiot box. In Squirrel Jokes, they break down complex ideas about racism and harmful comedy using a talking squirrel that lives underwater and makes it easy for kids to understand. SpongeBob as a character promotes kindness, hope, joy, positivity, and doing whatever he can to help the people around him, no matter if they deserve it or not. SpongeBob knows Bikini Bottom is a weird place and the universe can work against him, but instead of fighting his circumstances, he finds a way to thrive in them. And that brings us to Squidward always tries to do things the practical and not fun way, which always leads to the universe punishing him. In Club SpongeBob, Squidward refuses to believe the magic conch is real, but throughout the episode, SpongeBob and Patrick get food, shelter, fire, and rescue, where Squidward gets nothing. And when Squidward finally thinks that they're saved by a sane rescuer, he is also a follower of the magic conch. In Artist Unknown, Squidward is upset by SpongeBob's insane methods to produce masterpieces. But by squashing his creative methods, Squidward loses out on his means to impress the art critic. In a fit of rage, Squidward destroys the studio but accidentally creates a masterpiece, but gave the credit to the janitor. In almost every single episode that focuses on SpongeBob and Squidward, the episode starts with SpongeBob coming up with an insane idea or way of doing something, Squidward scoffs at SpongeBob's ideology, and then Squidward is punished for this until he changes his ways or is mauled by a sea bear. The episode I think sums up the philosophy of Squidward the best is episode SB-129. In an attempt to get away from SpongeBob and Patrick, Squidward travels into the future accidentally. While trying to get back, he ends up in a white void. At first, he's happy that he can do whatever he wants without being pestered, but quickly realizes how lonely and boring that life can be. He has no real purpose, so rushes back to happily greet SpongeBob. A similar theme is found in Squidville, in which Squidward moves to a neighborhood filled with squids exactly like him, yet he realizes how monotonous life is. At the end, he ends up becoming the SpongeBob of the neighborhood, disrupting the peace with his fun and moving back to the street in which SpongeBob and Patrick live. The way Bikini Bottom works is that there always has to be absurdist fun. Squidward cannot exist and lead a happy life and meaningful life without SpongeBob. While Squidward views the world in a nihilistic perspective, nothing makes sense so nothing matters, SpongeBob lives in an optimistic, absurdist outlook. Nothing makes sense, so I will create the meaning with my actions. There is no order to the universe, rather it is through the ability to connect with those around them that gives Bikini Bottom its purpose. The SpongeBob musical sums up the philosophy of SpongeBob the character and show perfectly. The musical follows SpongeBob, Sandy, and Patrick as they have 2 days to stop a volcano from erupting and destroying their town. During this, there are conflicts between all of the citizens of Bikini Bottom. The musical is a great musical regardless of if you're a fan of SpongeBob or not. There's not too much fan service, reliance on old jokes or plots, and 90% of the amazing music is original for the musical. One of the exceptions is Best Day Ever. Not only is this a perfect ending to the musical, but captures the spirit of SpongeBob perfectly. The three heroes have just journeyed down from the mountain to find everyone attacking each other and destroying their home. SpongeBob assures them that they may only have 6 minutes left, but they could be the best 6 minutes ever. They still have the sun, the kelp, but most importantly, each other. As the song goes along, more and more people join in, unable to be sour when SpongeBob is cheering them up. Even Squidward starts to beam and lead everyone into the next course. These people don't know if they'll survive after these 6 minutes, but they don't care. They're making it the best day ever anyway. Things in the world may be tough. They don't make sense. You may be a Squidward and feel like the whole world is working against you. But when things don't make sense, smile in the face of adversity. Don't wait to have the best day ever. Make your own best day ever.